I am completely sick and tired of Remainers telling us that no deal was not on the ballot paper in 2016's EU referendum. But I'm going to give them something to be happy about for about a few seconds. Yes, no deal Brexit was not on the ballot paper, but we also didn't have Brexit deal on a ballot paper either. And I think that's been our biggest weakness as Brexiteers, because over the last 3 years, we've had Remainers going around spreading this idiotic statement saying that obviously no deal wasn't on a ballot paper, and we haven't been defending ourselves properly. Yes, if we say let's just accept that no deal Brexit wasn't on a ballot paper, but Brexit deal wasn't either. Now, to clarify, when we're talking about a Brexit deal, as Brexiteers, we are talking about the withdrawal agreement, not our future relationships and the trade deal. We are still in favour of trade deals, and we are still in favour of WTO terms to be able to negotiate a trade deal with the European Union. So I sat down with Talk Radio's Mike Graham the other day, and we actually discussed this live on air.
And the point is as well, David, and I'm going to ask Maya this question, I mean, everybody's remembering different things that were said before the referendum. But, I mean, everything was said before the referendum, Maya, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's absolutely astonishing when they say no deal wasn't on the ballot. Well, yeah, even if you say, fine, we accept that, but no other form of Brexit was also, like, nothing was on the ballot. So it wasn't the case that if you voted leave, if you ticked leave, that meant you're voting for a soft Brexit.
For some kind of
or
deal,
something,
yeah.
or even like Norway or whatever. So just because they say, yes, no deal wasn't on the ballot, but also any deal wasn't on the ballot.
No, exactly right. Let's talk to David. Thanks for your call. Let's talk to Chris, who's in Brighton. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Mike. Hi,
Hey.
Maya.
Yeah, very well indeed, sir. What do you want to say?
Yeah, very well. First of all, can I just say I love your channel, Maya. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, it keeps me up to date with everything. I just wanted to say that I actually didn't vote in the referendum,
Right.
not because I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't really make up my mind. But ever since, I'm just absolutely dumbfounded by every single thing, like Corbyn going back on himself. You know, I hang my head in shame. I used to quite like Corbyn. Partly because of his position on the European Union.
Which one?
But, well, yeah, I know. But I used to think, things he used to say was kind of like, but anyway, that's completely gone now, obviously. But my sort of question is, how does Dominic Grieve get away with it, saying that nobody even spoke about it, whereas he himself spoke about it?
Well,
he said that it would be a one-way street. Once we voted, Article 50, it would be a one-way street down, to no deal. He said it himself.
Yeah, he did.
So
Well, this is the thing. That's a great question, Chris. I'm going to ask Maya to answer it. How does he get away with it?
What I'm going to say is kind of controversial. Well,
That's okay. We don't mind controversy here.
As in, I've kind of given up on them. I think they're a lost cause. There's no point in, because we've spent the last 3 years debating this with them, saying, you said this beforehand, but you used to believe in it. Like Sarah Wollaston, you stood on a manifesto like this, Grieve as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they even get it. So there's no point even like going to them and directly challenging them, because they actually don't understand it. They don't care what they said. They're in some sort of cuckoo land. And
Right.
I think all we have to do is just get it sorted, leave, and then let them cry.
I mean, my answer to you, Chris, is that I think, and I said this earlier on the show today, I think a lot of these MPs are aware that this is their final throw of the dice, that basically come the next election, they're out on their ear because they haven't represented their roots, they haven't represented their constituents, and they may well be deselected anyway. So I think they're just really hurling themselves at anything they can, tilting at windmills, whatever you like, just to try and show that they fought all the way to the end or something, Chris.
I guess so, yeah. I know, but it is incredible, BBC bias and everything. They're just not picking it up. And, whereas they know all this. It's so frustrating. I'm a total Brexiteer now.
Right. Well, I think there's a lot of people like that, Chris. I mean, I'm kind of that way myself. The night of the referendum, when it looked as though we weren't going to leave initially and it was going to be a Remain. I didn't vote in the referendum because I don't vote for a particular reason, which you'll know about if you listen to this show. But I believe I have to be neutral and absolutely neutral, and that's what I am. So I don't have a political allegiance. I don't vote for a political party. I didn't vote in the referendum, but I probably would have voted to Remain. But now, I just want to get the hell out as fast as possible. I'd get out now, before 1 o'clock if I could.
Yeah. I know that the people on the Remain side just seem to be made up of liars and hypocrites.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is incredible. Thanks, Chris, for your call. And also, as well, I think a lot of people have been turned off by the way the EU has behaved and the way that they've tried to talk down to people, the way that they've tried to kind of be very snitty about the whole thing. It's been a disgrace.
So yeah, that's the situation we're in now. But I'll say one thing to try to make Remainers understand about Brexit and the ballot paper. In fact, there was a Brexit deal on the ballot paper in 2016. We had David Cameron renegotiating our relationship with the European Union, obviously not successfully, but the Remain option was, as they said, Remain and reform. They already renegotiated it. That was a Brexit deal we had at the time, and people rejected that Brexit deal massively. So yes, the vote to leave was to reject that Brexit deal. And as Mark Graham said on Talk Radio, we had David Cameron, Dominic, Grieve, George Osborne, all the Remainers going around saying that if you vote to leave, obviously we will leave without a deal, and we have to work on WTO terms, and that will be the UK situation in Europe. So please, for the love of God, stop this nonsense. Brexit is going to be happening, whether you like it or not. We're going to be leaving. We're going to be a free, sovereign, democratic country, and let's be happy about it. And to all you freedom-loving Brexiteers, make sure you share this video so all your Remain friends know about this before they go around and start ranting about the same things over and over again. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle should be down here. And if you want to support this channel, you can become a member of the Cabinet Club. The link will be in the description as usual. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell next to it. And I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.